this next page tells basically what is going to be going on in the game. Well, not exactly, but it tells that when Jack left, Rapture was basically plummeting even farther into the ground. It was getting more disruptive and not more disruptive, but more crazy and more crazy. And since the little sisters are gone and the big daddies have nothing to protect, Adam isn't flowing well because there's basically no Adam to get given, because there are no little sisters. It's basically just going to hell even further. And since Andrew's Ryan is dead, it's not really helping that much either. And then the big sister comes in. It doesn't say it's a big sister, but she comes in and starts basically turning everything back, bringing everything back up, and making little sisters. Basically, she's trying to remake everything and fix everything back up, and that's when you come in. And you play as a Big Daddy, of course, as you probably already know. If not, of course, you probably already know all this stuff, but you don't play as just any Big Daddy, you play as the first. And because of that, you have certain abilities that you can use. You can use every single weapon that Big Daddies can use, and you can still upgrade them and do with them as you wish. Like, let's say the rivet gun. At the maxed upgrade, one shot basically it explodes on impact and basically lights your enemies aflame. So basically, you shoot them, they catch on fire. It's kind of like the one shot for the crossbow in the first game. I'm guessing it's kind of like that. And also, since you are the prototype, you can use plasmids, and you can upgrade those. Like, let's say that you probably already know this, incinerate. The first stage of it is just blasting a guy, and you not blasting a guy, but like just snapping him, and he's catch on fire. And the last stage is basically a flamethrower, and you just spray out like an incredibly powerful amount of flame, like a flamethrower would. But also, you can do two other things with plasmids and weapons. You can combine plasmids with other plasmids, like in the gameplay trailer, how you combine the incinerate with the what was it called? That one trap, the cyclone, which basically, when you combine them, when they went onto the cyclone, they were pushed into the air. But not only were they pushed into the air, they were caught on fire. They were burning while being thrown up into the air. Basically like being thrown by a big fire monster or something. But not only can you combine plasmids with plasmids, you can combine plasmids with weapons. Like, let's say you're using telekinesis, and you have your drill. You can take a person that is up close to you or nearby and just grab them and bring them right towards you and stick them right onto your drill, and they basically immediately die, depending on how powerful they are, which is a pretty cool thing that you can do. And yeah, that's about it for this one. This next one is basically talking about how all these other weapons and tools and plasmids are all good and are all helpful in the Bioshock world, but they won't be able to do much help if you don't have any Adam. So this one is basically talking about how you're going to be needing Adam to help you along your way. Now, there's certain ways that you can get Adam in this game. You can, of course, find little sisters, which they will immediately trust you and allow you to do with them what you wish. And so you can either adopt them and carry them around and let them harvest Adam, and then they'll give you some of their Adam, or you can harvest them right off the bat. And you can it says that you can do that they know that some people are going to find a certain way to make it so they get even more Adam. In other words, basically you can have them harvest a bunch of Adam, and they'll give you some of that Adam after. And then when you think they've harvested enough Adam, you can take them around to the last one, and then instead of adopting them, you can harvest them and collect all the Adam that they have taken off of the dead bodies. Just basically like a totally eviler way of going. So you can do any of those, and you can also, another small thing you can do, you can like go outside and walk around, and there'll be like live Adam slugs that will be like just swimming around. The slugs that they put in the little sisters are actually like slugs they find outside of Rapture. I don't really know what they used to be before they became Adam slugs, but yeah, I think they might have been leeches or something. So yeah, that's another thing that you can use, just get a little bit more Adam. So yeah, you can do all of that. But there's another thing that it talks about in the city, Big Sister, and her role. Well, not exactly her role, but her role. Doing all this Adam harvesting and stuff, the only way you can get little sisters to either harvest them or adopt them, you have to kill Big Daddies. And Big Sister, she's always watching you. She's keeping a very close eye, mostly on you, just because she knows the fact that you have your own mind. You're not like the other Big Daddies. She knows that. She knows that you can do whatever you want. So whenever you kill a Big Daddy, she gets pissed off. And whenever you harvest little sister, she gets pissed off. Whenever you even do stuff with a little sister, she gets pissed off. So basically, if you breathe, she gets pissed off. No. But so she knows that you're in there to do something that she doesn't want you to do. So basically, she is another person in the game that will basically not help you at all. She will come in the game at certain points, certain scripted points, but she also comes in the game depending on how you play the game. And whether you kill her or not, it will affect the game. But also, like in the first game, harvesting little sisters or not harvesting them will play a role in the ending of the game. Now, that's not the only thing that will play a role in the ending of the game. There will be non-spliced characters that you will be able to talk, that you will be around, that you can choose their fate, and it will end up choosing what will happen in the end. So you can go. So in other words, you might be able to harvest more little sisters than you were in the first game, and still not have the bad ending because you're not really in there to exactly want to save them or something. Oh yeah, also if you rescue them, she also gets mad because that's also disrupting everything. That's taking away more little sisters. So regardless if you harvest them or save them, she gets pissed off.